Welcome to Inspired Action Alchemy. This is where we have motivational, inspiring conversations and interviews that we hope you'll enjoy listening to.
Join us and other inspired alchemists in training on this alchemical transformational journey.
Otherwise known as a podcast. Welcome back to the Inspired Action Alchemy podcast. This is pod 146. My name is Jay, and I'm here with my co-host with the most, Leta Herman.
Hello, inspired alchemists.
Yes, hello, Inspired Alchemists. So last podcast, we came back, we said hello, told you where we've been, all over the world, kind of like wandering Daoist. And we did a little tease about the Fire Horse year. Well, we're going to keep that promise. It's halfway through the year, and the Fire Horse, well, is out of the gates and maybe circling the dumpster fire that some may say is 2026, Leta.
Yes, the dumpster fire. I can see that.
Right? And see the horses running around and going,
Yes.
ah!
Yes.
If this is your first time here listening to the Inspired Action Alchemy podcast, welcome. You don't need to have to listen to all the episodes before you got here today. You just where you are. You landed where you are. And if you're a longtime listener, thank you very much. But everything you need is right here, right in this podcast. But you could go back and listen. We've got lots to choose from.
Yes. If you've been feeling the energy of 2026, though, the intensity, the speed, the sense that things are moving, whether you're ready or not, you're probably in the right place for today. This is the right podcast episode.
Yeah. Do you really think there's anyone who's not feeling the energy and the speed of 2026?
I don't know anyone who's not feeling it.
Yeah, it's out there. And as the kids say, this episode's going to be fire.
Yes. So we're talking about
Fire Horse. So it's actually double correct.
Yes. And that's the thing about the Fire Horse year, actually. It's how we want to talk about how it's affecting us specifically based on our 5-element natures and the foundational Daoist practice for working with this energy. We're going to talk about that, how you can be in alignment with it rather than be fighting it.
Yeah, I think that's really important. So, Leta, what is the Fire Horse year? Let's get going.
Okay, but before we get started on the Fire Horse year.
No, we just got started on the Fire Horse year.
Well, we got some really fun things to say just to update everyone on the Alchemy Learning Center, because we just had an awesome first workshop. The Alchemy Lab workshop series was just started, and we did the first one on alchemy.
Yes, radical transformation through the 9 stages of alchemy. It was a 4-hour class, and it was awesome. And we had people from all over the world, and they really enjoyed the exercises that we did and the meditation, and it was awesome. So thank you, Leta. That was really great.
And if you're listening to this in real time, you can sign up for the replay. It will still be active for another week. So you can go to alchemylearningcenter.com and you can sign up.
Yeah, that'd be great.
And we have another workshop coming up in July, the Alchemy Plant Spirit Connection workshop, which we're super excited about. It's about how to do plant spirit moxibustion in alchemy treatments.
And it's so much more than that, but that's a really cool topic. And it's with one of our teachers, Brittany Chowning, and it's cool and useful topic. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to be there as well. And we're just going to have a lot of fun, and we're going to teach you so many different things. But it's for the idea of the impetus of this is to make this connection with moxibustion, with Artemisia vulgaris. And then when you can't use moxibustion, you can call this in as one of your tools in those non-moxa burning sessions.
Yeah, it's a great alternative. So that's July 25th from noon to 4 p.m. Eastern Time.
We also have lots of classes and webinars and all kinds of stuff in the Learning Center. We also have Meditation Mondays, 5-Element Fridays. We are always taking on new members. So if you're just hanging out and nothing to do, go check it out, alchemylearningcenter.com. And as always, if you like this podcast even for a little tiny bit and you want to give us a positive review, Apple Podcasts, Google, wherever you listen to your podcast, we'd really appreciate it. It really does help, Leta. We get emails or text messages or different things from people all over the world that have found this podcast. And it just really touches us greatly if, you could do that for us, and then we can keep doing this podcast.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get back to our topic from the beginning.
Wait. Do you want to start? What is the Fire Horse this year? Or are you saying you want to start from the beginning, like a couple thousand years ago?
Okay, well, I would love to start from the very beginning, but this is only a short podcast. It would take days, but I will say that the Chinese calendar, which is very old, every year has 2 qualities. It has an animal and an element. And this year, It's the horse, which is a fire animal, and the fire element. So that's double fire,
Double
right?
fire.
Yeah. So we started this year. We trotted right into it.
Oh, another horse. Someone should take a little clicker. Click, click, another horse reference.
We started February 17th.
Yeah, that makes this most particularly potent is that the horse is already a fire animal. It's probably, I think it's the most fire of all animals in the Chinese zodiac.
Yeah.
So, and if you're a fire person, wow. Fire, double fire, triple fire, I don't know, just a heck of a lot of fire.
Right. And that means everything that fire represents gets amplified. The joy, the connection, the love, the passion, the desire to show up and live your life, the full expression of it. And the horse itself, think about what a horse is. It's movement and unstoppable energy. It's freedom and independence. It's forward momentum and impulsiveness without apology. A horse doesn't stand at the gate going, is this a good time to go? Should I check my schedule? No, it's like, go.
Can I go? Can I go? Can I go? A little bit of water anticipation mixed in there, right?
Yeah.
It does not go, when should I go? No, it just goes.
It charges, bold and independent. It likes to run.
Well, at least maybe walk fast like a trot or a canter. Click, click. That's the invitation of the year. Not recklessness, but that quality of being fully in motion, fully alive, not holding back. Might feel a little reckless, maybe a full gallop out in the open plains for some, but maybe that slower, fast walk, trot, canter for others.
Yes. Now, a lot of people have been feeling this year as intense.
Told you, dumpster fire.
And it can be overwhelming, and things moving faster than expected, that can be tricky. So, the situations can feel sometimes uncomfortably fast.
What is the wood hope in this fire year? Please give us something to think about.
All right. Well, we're going to talk about each of the elements. But first, like the Daoist perspective on the intensity, it's not that the energy itself is bad. We're not trying to say, fire horse bad or anything like that. It's the relationship of your elemental nature and also how open your energy is. We call it your doors. And when your doors to yourself, to energy, are closed because you're stressed, because you're having a lot of fear, maybe you're trying to control everything around you, then when this huge wave of fire energy comes through, it has nowhere to go. It just pushes against you. It feels like pressure. It feels like overwhelm. It feels like too much.
Wow, Leta, that is basically what's going on in the world.
Yeah.
Stress, fear, people trying to control because they're not really sure what to do. Then this energy is just kind of like coming through, has nowhere to go, pushes up against you. Yes, that is what's kind of going on. So when your doors are open, the same energy moves through you. It's a completely different feeling, right?
Yeah, it becomes fuel. It becomes vitality, the kind of energy that makes you feel like you can actually do the things you've been wanting to do.
So are you saying that the difference between a hard year and a beautiful year isn't the year itself? It's whether your doors are open or your doors are closed. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting.
Yes, especially in the fire horse year, because you need to allow the flow, not brace against it.
Okay, world, that's the question. Are you allowing or are you resisting? That's not a judgment. It's a practice. We all have to do this. We all have to work on this. And we're going to get to that practice, right, Leta?
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to get to that in a little bit. We're going to talk about the elements. But first, let's talk about how this year is specifically affecting each of the 5 elements, because it's just not the same for everyone. Everyone has a different stack up. Everyone has a different energetic signature, as we talked about in all the other podcasts before, practically. We're going to talk a little bit about controlling versus creating, Leta. Let's go with that.
Yeah, and I just want to say one more thing, Jay, because it comes up in Chinese medicine a lot in a really specific way. In Chinese medicine, the heart is called the supreme controller, not because it controls everything around you, but because it's the sovereign ruler of you, the emperor on the throne of your own life.
And that's a really good distinction, because you're trying to control the outer world versus controlling your inner center, your inner world, correct?
Yes. And controlling means managing everything outside of you, getting people to behave the way you need them to, preventing things that scare you, holding it all together so you feel safe.
Yeah, I think that's kind of exhausting. I think we're all feeling that. We're halfway through. We just need to maybe put the lid down on the dumpster fire and embrace it and open our doors so we can see if we can really, thrive and not just survive in this year.
Yeah, because you generally cannot control what's outside of you.
Yeah, but creating, Leta,
Yeah, creating means holding what we call your note, staying on your throne, being genuinely yourself, and that inner stability, letting your authentic life hold. Like the heart has its note, meaning like a sound that is uniquely it. And that is you holding on to that sovereignty.
Yeah, and maybe not forcing the outer world into shape, trying to control it, trusting that when you're truly yourself, your authentic self, the right things come and the wrong things fall away.
And that is the Fire Horse invitation for this year, to stop controlling and start creating.
Which is beautiful, and I think we all have to embrace it. And normally I would say that's easier said than done, but we have to switch that around.
Yeah.
And just make it easier.
Yeah.
And just make it.
And we're going to do that today.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that today, because you don't really want to take this positivity and turn it into negativity.
Yeah.
You want to keep it positive.
Yeah.
And more authentic. We all have fire in us somewhere.
Yes.
In your stack up.
And that's why we have the practices we're going to talk about today, which we're getting to.
Well, let's go. Let's do it. Let's talk about I'll set you up here, Leta. Let's talk about how we think this Fire Horse year is showing up for different people. Each have their own stack up of the 5 elements. And if you don't know your element yet, don't worry. We're covering that in a future episode. Or you can go back and listen to some of the old ones, because they're really cool too. But you might just recognize yourself in one of these, even without a formal assessment. You might just be able to pick up on where you are. But if you do know your elements, then just, let this roll over and see how it fits with you.
And one thing we want to stress is that the theme of any year from the alchemy perspective is, who am I in the process of cultivation? Once you know your elemental nature, you can understand how a particular year's energy is going to interact with yours specifically.
All right, fire people first. So not the usual wood. We're going to start with fire.
Not the usual.
So if you're fire, not the usual wood, we're going to go with fire. So Leta, if you're a fire person.
All right. If you're a fire person, this is already your element. And now there's double fire. So you might be feeling like the horse at the starting gate, chomping, ready to go. So many things pulling at you.
So many opportunities, so much that feels excitement and maybe the possibility of anything, and you don't know what to do. You don't know how you're feeling.
So the challenge for fire this year is to not overcommit.
Isn't that the challenge every year? I'm joking. Sorry.
It is. But especially this year, you're going to be already running hot, and this year will amplify that. And the practice for fire in a fire horse year is self-discipline. Pacing yourself. The fire horse wants to run. You don't always have to keep up with every single impulse.
Maybe we could say choose your races, right?
Yes, choose your races. Beautifully said.
And then, all right, so that was pretty good for fire people, just to not overdo it, pace yourself. Is that like a social calendar or like?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely the social calendar, but also could be work projects. It could be stuff with your kids. It could be travel, you name it.
Okay. All right. Let's go to Earth.
So if you're an earth person, fire is your mother element. Fire generates earth. A mother gives freely and nourishes without having an agenda.
That sounds like this could be a pretty good year for Earth, right? Mm-hmm. Anyone has really good Earth energy, the fire energy is naturally going to be supporting and nourishing them.
Yeah.
I like that.
So you can relax and let yourself be nourished. You don't have to earn it.
Wow.
You don't have to figure out why good things are coming your way. Just let them come.
That would be really good any year for Earth people.
Yeah.
Because they often struggle with that, receiving without immediately giving it back or feeling like they have to deserve it. I talk to people all the time about that. So that would be awesome. That would be actually a really good year.
Yeah. And this year is about you practicing receiving. Let the mother energy, the fire energy, take care of you for once.
Wow, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Yay, Earth people.
Okay.
All right, wood. How about the wood energy people?
Okay, so wood feeds fire. Wood is fire's mother element, which means this year is going to draw on your energy.
Maybe you feel pulled, like you're giving more than you're receiving, like the year is asking a lot for you, maybe more than you could give, maybe you're overloaded. Oh, wait, that's just me. I'll stop with her.
I was like, wow, this sounds like a little specific.
No, I'm actually loving this year. I love the energy. I'm wood and fire, so like woo. But it's a lot, so you have to find that balance.
Yeah. So the practice for wood this year is to let cosmic chi replenish what the year asks of you, not to be overzealous, not overcommitting, and making sure that the energy is coming in, not only going out.
Yeah, that balance. Wood people are often, natural doers. Sometimes they can be overdoers. They just see what needs to happen and they go make it happen. And sometimes they get out of balance. So this year, make sure you're also resting, receiving, and just filling that back up, that energy, that balance.
Yeah, and conserving your energy where you can, regulating it where you can. Don't let yourself get depleted chasing the fire horse.
I thought you were going to say the fire hose, which would then be water.
Right.
So now we're on the water. So let's just go right into water. Don't chase that fire hose or fire horse.
Yes. And the water people, the water controls fire, which means water people have a natural ability to temper, to steady, to bring wisdom to this year's energy.
Yeah, we need that for sure. And you might actually feel more at ease this year than people around you. You have to kind of be okay with that. While others are overwhelmed by the intensity, you're kind of used to it. Your water nature knows what to do with it. So it might not be a crazy year for you.
Yeah, you've got that depth. You've got stillness, the capacity to hold a lot. That's exactly what the fire horse year needs. So you can trust that. You don't have to match the pace of everyone else around you.
Yeah, also good. All of these are really good any year, but even more so this year. And maybe pay attention to your kidney energy this year. That's where your water lives. Keep it strong, keep it healthy.
Yes.
Just keep an eye on it.
Yeah. And let your wisdom be available to other people. This is a year where water people have something really valuable to offer if they trust it.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, that's great for water. And what about metal?
Well.
Metal.
Well. Fire.
Well.
Fire controls metal. Uh-oh. So this can be a more challenging year for metal people. You may feel the heat more than others, more pressure, more intensity, more of a sense that things are moving in ways you can't quite organize or contain.
Yeah, let's look at the alchemical perspective that made me think of, fire is metal's grandparent element, right? Not parent, but
Yes.
grandparent. So why don't you talk for a second about that?
Yes. There's a specific quality to the grandparent relationship in Chinese medicine. A grandchild has a natural deference to the grandparent. The grandparent can challenge you, it can push you, but there's also deep wisdom there. And sometimes the grandparent sees things about you that you can't see for yourself.
And then they get you all riled up and just go home. And
Right.
they leave you with your parents.
Yes.
And you're like, what?
Right.
Yeah, love those grandparents.
Right.
So this year for metal, if you have a lot of metal energy, it isn't about fighting the fire or trying to cool it down or get everything back under control like you would like to normally do.
Yeah, it's about yielding with respect, bowing to something more powerful than you, not out of weakness, but out of wisdom, letting the grandparent teach you something.
Yeah. What is this intensity that shows up trying to teach you, right?
Yes.
What is it asking you to release? That would be a really good question for metal this year.
Yeah, so metal has to pay attention to that.
Yeah. So whatever your element, this is just a little bit of a little primer here. The message underneath all of that is the same. I'm going to let you say it, Leta. Drum roll.
This year's energy isn't something to fear. It's something to receive. Your body, your specific elemental nature knows how to work with it. You just have to let it.
So embrace the fire and you won't get burned.
Yes.
How about that?
Okay.
Right? So we can put the dumpster fire out safely.
Yes.
And you'll be good.
Yes.
Yeah, I do think, I've been joking about the metaphor of the dumpster fire, but I do think that's when people kind of lose hope and things get escalated and fear and they're like, ah. Yeah. So if we can just let that go and let the fire horse energy, just let it come in and try to keep an eye on the balance.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's open your doors. Let's talk about the doors again. We talked about that early. So let's go through. What does that mean, Leta? Because in Daoist alchemy, this isn't actually a metaphor. It's a real thing.
Yes. Yes. In classical Daoist texts, there's a concept called Xuan Fu, the mysterious openings. Your body has thousands of these energetic portals. They're not just your pores, though the skin is part of it. It's throughout your entire system.
Yeah, I love this concept when we talk about it. And when these openings are closed from stress, from fear, from chronic tension, from trying to hold things together, that control we just talked about, you're essentially running on your own limited reserves. You're already kind of going against your natural energy, your own batteries, which will deplete.
Yes. And you know that feeling of being exhausted, even after you've slept, of pushing through the day on fumes. That's when you have the closed doors. You're not getting the refill.
Well, the recharge, right?
Right.
When your doors are open, chi flows freely. You have access to what the Taoists call Da Chi, the great chi, the cosmic energy that is literally inexhaustible. How
You're,
cool is that?
that's it. You're not running on your own batteries anymore. You're plugged into something much bigger. And the difference is palpable. When your doors are open, your baseline energy will rise. Things that used to drain you suddenly don't drain you the same way. And you just have more capacity, more presence, more of yourself available. And this is foundational alchemy. Everything else we teach builds on this. If your doors are closed, the transformation work is much harder. You're trying to do everything on empty. When your doors are open, the work has fuel.
So the things we talked about of above, the fear, the stress, the control, those are what closes the doors?
Yes. So
Yes.
you're basically bracing against life itself, of moving with life. You're holding tension in the body, which most of us do constantly without even noticing. And just the ordinary accumulation of a modern busy life begins to set in.
All right, so here's the $1 million question. Well, nowadays, the $5 million question. What opens those doors?
Yes, that's the practice. And it's simpler than you might think. It starts with intention and breath and a quality of softening, letting the body remember that it doesn't have to hold everything tightly, or at least so tightly. And the Taoist tradition has this whole practice around this, opening the Xuan Fu, inviting the cosmic chi in. And it's something we teach in depth in our Meditation Monday program. And we actually did a full Open Your Doors meditation specifically in the Alchemy Learning Center that you can use for this Fire Horse year at the start, in the middle of 2026
Sure,
now.
why not?
And so it's available for free on the Alchemy Learning Center.
So free means free, just no
Yes.
strings attached. Just go to alchemylearningcenter.com and you will find it there. It's called Open Your Doors Meditation,
Yes.
and it's awesome.
Yes, and you can find it in the your first alchemical meditations that's on the website. So because this is the year for this exercise, this is the year where having your doors open is the difference between the fire horse energy feeling like a gift or feeling like an assault.
We really encourage you to go and check out that meditation and see if you like the practice, especially if you've been feeling the intensity of this year or any year and you're not quite sure how to work with the chi, work with the energy, how to work with this intense year.
Yeah, and it's not a long meditation. It's not going to take over your whole day. And I think it will shift something. We hear from people consistently, once they started doing the practice, they noticed the difference right away.
Your doors maybe have been more closed than you realize. And a lot of people are that way. They just don't, things just happen. It just keeps going on. It's not a failure. It's just what happens when you're living a full life in a demanding world.
Yes. The practice itself is the reminder, it's the reset. It's an invitation back to yourself.
I like that, the reset. Yeah, that's pretty good. So that, Leta, is the Fire Horse year as we see it, what it is, why it feels the way it feels, how it's working with specific elemental nature energies, and the foundational practice for opening your doors and letting that energy in to flow and to just be part of your year.
Yes. So if you would like to go get the free Open Your Doors recording, we'll put a link in the show notes so you can go check that out.
Okay, so Leta, let's talk a little bit about what we are planning on doing for the next podcast, 147. We're going to do an interview with Brittany Chowing, and she is one of our teachers at the Alchemy Learning Center, alchemyhealingcenter.com. And she's going to be teaching this workshop with us in July. And what it's going to be about, Leta, let's give them a really good incentive for people to tune in and come to the workshop.
Well, it's going to be called Alchemy Plant Spirit Connection. It's about plant spirit moxibustion. But, it's more than that. It's how to connect with plants. It's how to bring plant spirit connection into your practice. And the episode next time is going to be about more than that, actually.
Yeah. Should we give the title?
Yes.
Multidimensional healing.
Woohoo.
With plant spirit connection.
Yes. So
alchemy, plant spirit connection.
So we're just going to let you sit with that and get curious. So we will.
Like, what is multidimensional
What is
healing?
that? What is that?
Who is Brittany? Ooh. All right, cool. So that'll be the next podcast. So we hope you get to tune in off of that. It's going to be multidimensional healing with plants. And see you then.
See you then.
Stay curious.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.
You've been listening to the Inspired Action Alchemy podcast, and you've reached the end. Woohoo! Woohoo! Why not celebrate a little bit and click that subscribe button right there, right in front of you. We love having you with us on this journey, and we want it to continue.
You can also rate and review this podcast, and if you have already, thank you so much. We read all reviews, and your words help other people find this podcast as well.
You can also be a part of this podcast yourself by submitting questions or suggestions by email to Leta@InspiredActionPodcast or Jaye@InspiredActionPodcast.com.
And if you want, you can join our Inspired Action Alchemy Facebook group or follow us on Instagram. Join us next week for another inspiring conversation. And thank you for listening.
Yes, thank you for listening. And remember to hug the dog. And, give yourself a hug too, because you both probably deserve a really nice hug.
Yourself?
Yes, hug yourself. Go ahead, hug yourself. That seems funny, right? Just wrap your arms around, give a little wiggle. It's easy.